Oh, yeah.
And she's looking very Nigerian.
Very. I like the green. It suits you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.
So what's going on the social media space?
Oh, well, my state is topping the news. Absolutely.
Sure thing. You have a new deputy governor, a young man at that, 38-year-old.
Yes, we have a new one.
For a few months.
Yes, for a few months, but then he said in an interview yesterday that even if it was going to last for just 4 days, it's something that he appreciates. But then it's coming from another party, and there's this twist also that, has the governor been working with other parties, occupying the office in the name of another party?
Let's leave you to
it. Okay, start on with it.
Let's let the cat out of the bag.
All right, then, thank you. Good morning and welcome to Kakaaki Social. I'm Rena Obozeghie. Now, as I mentioned, Edo State is in the news, and of course, it's leading this morning as the State House of Assembly on Monday impeached Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu over allegations of misconduct. This was after they adopted the report of a 7-man panel that was constituted to investigate the allegations that were leveled against him. Well, Governor Godwin Obozeghie had to pick Omobayo Godwin, a 38-year-old who's been in the Labour Party, as his new deputy and is being sworn in. Well, the displaced Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu, in a swift reaction, has called the development a threat to democracy and betrayal.
In strongest term, the illegal impeachment by the Edo State House of Assembly over Trump-up charges. This is not just an attack on me as an individual, but on the very democratic principle that we hold there. It is a dangerous descent into dictatorship and a threat to the foundation of our democracy. Let it be clear that this impeachment was hushed because of my ambition to contest the Edo State 2024 governorship election under the People's Democratic Party, PDP. An ambition that is a legal right to all citizens of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The allegations brought against me are nothing more than a smokescreen to conceal the true motive behind this impeachment. It's a flagrant abuse of power and a betrayal of the trust that the people of Edo have placed in their elected officials.
All right, let's see how this met netizens. This is the new guy who once contested on the platform of the Labour Party, and this is causing debate on the social media whether the governor is in the Labour Party or is just occupying the office on the platform of the PDP. Let's see your thoughts at this point. First in reaction is White Lion, who says Oshiomhole will be so full of laughs. Shaibu failed loyalty test twice, failed one with Oshiomhole and still failed with Obozeghie. And for Osaro PhD, he says, I stand in solidarity with my Etako people, or brothers and sisters. Obozeghie messed up Oshiomhole and now Philip Shaibu. We must come together to stop him from his undemocratic act in Edo State. More thought from this user says, when we informed you that Obozeghie financed the Labour Party in Edo, which worked against Atiku in 2023, some of you thought it was a joke. Do not be misled. No sincere member of Edo PDP who is not discontented with Obozeghie due to his actions. Those with Obozeghie are merely for the moment. And final thought is coming from Ehis, who says Obozeghie and Shaibu teamed up to fight Oshiomhole. But today, the fight is now between Obozeghie and Philip, while Oshiomhole is laughing in Abuja. Oh, well, as a sitting senator, first term, who knows how many terms he might want to do. But then we move away from that to say that the National Association of Nigerian students, NANS, is asking the President Bola Tinubu to ask his son Seyi Tinubu to stay away from the student loan scheme for personal interest. In a statement, the association also complained of underrepresentation and lack of accountability in the scheme in a matter that affects them so much. So here's partly what they're saying, that it has come to our attention that there are attempts to divert funds meant for the student loan scheme for personal enrichment. NANS strongly condemns such act and demands transparency and accountability in the management. He continued to say that NANS calls upon President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to exercise caution and restrain his son, Seyi Tinubu, from further attempt to manipulate the student loan scheme for personal interest as they move from one office to the other, seeking for contract in the name of our reverend organization, which is NANS. Let's see how you reacted. Future says, you guys are the same. Let us hear what NANS that have elders of 45 years old and above who have refused to leave school just because of money and politicians' money. And for OPP, it says, first, where were they when the first reading of the bill for student loans scaled through? NANS are just like our politicians who are interested in their personal interest. Okay, he says that they are not fighting for students. And then the next user says, tweeting at Collins, it says it's outrageous how some politicians exploit schemes meant for students' welfare for their own selfish gains. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu needs to be held accountable for this blatant abuse of power. And also in reaction to that is Dr. Healy, who says, interesting times ahead for Nigerians. Let's watch as the drama unfolds. Absolutely. You know, one time last year, the president had told his son to stay away from presidency, stay away from governance because he's not neither elected nor appointed. So maybe this is just another time and he would call him, I suppose. But to our final story of the day, a video on social media has captured Imo State Community Police arrest, assault men and women while profiling them as threat to security in the state. Well, in the clip, one of the operatives said they were caught swimming but arrested because they want the state region, like the state and the region, to know that the outfit is not complacent with security. This is a video right here. We'll take a listen and then we'll come back for your thoughts.
Criminals. Part of them, some of them are kidnappers here. Prostitution. All the prostitution, all the drug smokers and dealers, they're all here. We have, since in the afternoon, we have been here. Inside, our men follow them left to right, front and back to get this number. So we are videoing them to send to the state government for them to see that the Hope Security Vanguard in Obo Command, we are not sleeping. We must deliver.
Okay, so that was from Imo State, and this is their security outfit right there. It says they needed to do what they do to make sure that the people are aware that indeed they are working and not sleeping, but then holding people who were simply swimming, as you said in the first part of the video. Let's see. Isaiah says, you see this police brutality and military harassment that we complain about, it's all hypocritical. Nigerians are wicked people who love to oppress others when they have power. We only complain when power doesn't belong to us. Same thing with corruption. More thought is coming from this user who says, that is the problem of Nigeria. There is no separation of power. Now a security vigilante can do the work of a police officer and that of a chief judge. That's arresting and profiling them, certifying them as threats and criminals and all that. David says, no to state police. We are not ready yet. Some state government are going to use it as an instrument for oppression against the opposition. And final user on this one is coming from